This video is for probability, looking at symmetry and the addition rule. Please make sure you write down all the formulas, particularly things in red boxes. They're one of the more important things in these lessons. Let's get cracking. So if we're looking at the probability of an experiment, we will list the number of outcomes that are favourable. So whatever we're looking for, it could be rolling a 6 with a die, whatever it is, over the number of total outcomes. And we can look at these spinning wheels here. And of course we've got 5 numbers here, and they're all equally weighted. So it's 1 out of 5 would be the probability of spinning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This next one's a little bit different. We have 1, 1, 1, 2, and 1, 3. So their probabilities would all be 1 out of 8. There are 2 4s, so 2 out of 8, which is a quarter, and 3 5s, so 3 out of 8. And of course, if we added all of those together, we'll get to 1, which is what we're always looking for. So rolling a 1 here is going to be 100 degrees worth of our full circle, and rolling a 2 is 260. So what's that get us to? 10, 36. So 5 in 18 and 13 in 18. Again, adding to 1, it's a good sign. This is a bit of a strange question. I won't go through all of it now because it'll take a while, but basically we're working out the area of the orange square. So if you want to pause and read through the question and then come back, you can. The area of the orange square is 8 by 8, which is 64 centimeters squared. And the area of the whole square is 12 by 12, which is 144. And of course that simplifies down to 4/9, I think we end up getting there. So more importantly now, looking at the addition rule. Again, I won't go through all of these, but hopefully you've seen these Venn diagrams, just a bit more information for looking at these different problems. And actually I'll just do one quick Venn diagram question before we move on. 50 teenagers were asked what they did on the weekends. 35 said football matches, movies, or both. Of the 22 who went to football matches, 12 said they also went to movies. So we've got 12 in the middle, which means if we've got 22 in football total, we need a 10 there. And our final section is 35 in total, meaning that we need another 13 in this square, circle here. So 13 there, with said they went to that, and we had 50 in total, so 15 on the outside. So again, we can split up those individual items using Venn diagrams or Carnot tables as well, which we'll come into it a bit later on. They're looking for probability more. So this is our addition rule. So the probability of A or B equals the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and B. And let's have a look at what that looks like in a question. So if one card is chosen at random from a well-shuffled deck, what is the probability that the card is either a king or a spade? So there are 4 kings in 52 and 13 spades in 52. And there is, I don't know, I'm getting these little marks here, 1 king of spades in the pack. I would not simplify any of these for the moment because we're going to be adding and subtracting these fractions. It's important that we just leave it as denominator 52. Makes it easy to work with. But we can now start putting in these values over here into our addition rule. So the probability of a king or a spade is going to be 16 over 52. Which ends up being 4 over 13 as the final probability. This is a good question as well. Not really looking at the addition rule too much here, but trying to select these different letters. So I'll just fill in our Venn diagram because I think you guys can do that pretty quickly. So the letters from Attic that are in both taste and mathematics are T and A. So we've got those in the middle there. IC is in Attic and also in mathematics, and ES is in taste and also in mathematics. M and H are the only ones outside of event A or B. So now we need to list all of these things. So everything that is not A is going to be E, S, M, H. Not B, I, C, M, H. C, it's a little bit trickier, A or B, so that's I, C, T, A, E, and S. And D, this is A, not A or B, so not A or B is just M and H. E, not A or not B, so not A would be E, S, M, H, or not B. This is going to be everything in the end. So this is, I and C are left over too. And F is not A and not B. Not A and not B is just M, H for that final one. So just be careful with all those markings. Of course, those apostrophes mean not whatever that event is. But most importantly, and you'll come up against this later on through these lessons, is this addition rule here. So make sure you've written that down and you've just practiced with that a bit as well.